All right, just kind of what was going on there that first 5 or so minutes where you just couldn't get anything started? It seemed like just couldn't get any shots to fall.
No, we just came out really slow, and I mean, for sure for me, I missed like my first like 4 or 5 shots, so I only speak on my behalf on what I need to do. But yeah, we got to get off to a better start. We have Mississippi State coming up, and that is just like we just cannot do that again.
Mandy?
Like the coaches, they said reverse the ball, so we weren't really reversing the ball. We were just looking for the first opportunity, so that's kind of why we had a slow start.
It seems like most games this year you usually have somebody who will, come out and score a lot. Sometimes it's you, Lauren. Sometimes it's Kaylee. Sometimes it's you, Manny. Tonight it was you and Ari. Just what does that mean to have that kind of depth that even if it's an off night for winning ball, somebody else is going to step up and take that load?
Well, I think it's a special year because we have like more than just 1 or 2 people that can score. So if somebody's having a bad game or a little off, it's great that somebody else can step up and help us out. And so,
yeah, I agree. I think at any given night, like I had a bad night tonight, but Ari had I think like 18 points or something. So like, if you can't stop, every one of us on our team, then it's going to be pretty hard to guard us. So. I'm just happy to play with girls. Anybody can score and anybody can do different things. We have a lot of things that we need to work on. We had to shoot better and do different things, but I think we did really well tonight on other people stepping up whenever they needed to step up.
And Jaden Hobbs came in, had those 2 quick 3-pointers, kind of gave you guys that spark. You guys went around, I think, scored 13 unanswered after that. So 16 unanswered? Thank you, Matt. Thank you. So you guys came back like that, like Matt said. And what's it kind of been like having her back on the floor after that injury she had a while back?
I mean, I wasn't here before she was injured, but all I know is since I've been here, I think she's gotten way better and more confidence and even driving the basketball and shooting her shot and being ready whenever we need her to hit a 3 or whatever we need her to do. And I think she's progressed so much since we played in Australia, and I'm really happy for her because I know that's a really hard injury to come back from and to see her continue to progress and then Mississippi State and then, to come the tougher games and she'll be ready, I think. So I'm excited.
Well, I think we seen it last year, like the little spark she had, but this year, just being confident and stuff, like I'll pass to Jaden anytime. Like she has a good shot, and I'm just glad that she's able to knock it down when she gets it.
So, Mandy, something Coach Patel has really harped on has been rebounding this year, as he does every year, it seems like. Going into this stretch against Mississippi State and UCLA, what are you going to try to work on, in the post and try to get those rebounds?
Blocking out every chance. Like tonight, I think we gave up 15 offensive rebounds to the other team, and that's a no-no for us. Like 7 or less is what we have to do. And, I mean, their guards will rebound the ball, so it's not just like the post. It's everyone on the team has to block out and get the rebound.
I think a lot of times they were shooting threes, and so the ball was going off far. Mm-hmm. And so you have to get them boxed out like outside of the 3-point line, which is really hard to do whenever you want to get the rebound and try to secure it for your team. But also I was looking down and I saw that Mandy had 18 points too. I mean, good job, Mandy. I mean, baller. Okay.
Guys, it really seemed like, after that slow start, you were playing as a team. It seemed like, came together, had 16 unanswered points, and were sharing the basketball, running the floor really well. Were you guys trying to beat the press and, use that, preseason conditioning to your advantage and just get out and try and beat the press? And, also on the defensive side, try and, just buckle down and make sure that they weren't, beating you, running back and forth on the floor?
I think in the first half, we kind of were playing into what they wanted us to do. They wanted, us to get down the floor really slow and get it out of my hands and get it into other people's. And I wanted other people, to handle the ball because everybody's going to have to against these teams that are coming up. But I think in the second half, we really just pushed it at them, and I tried to just get it down the floor as fast as possible before they could even set up. And Mandy was setting some good screens to kind of get me going off the dribble and get other people open and get into our offense better than in the first half. It was kind of hard for us to set up against their pressure, but we've got it up to now, and we're going to play teams that are, similar and have that pressure as well. So I think we'll be prepared now that we played this team. So this is a really good team to play before Mississippi State.
Yeah, I think we learned that attacking the press does get them out of it, and also how we went into our press teams that press, they don't always handle the pressure good as well. So we got a lot of steals off of that, which was great.
And you guys, a few weeks ago you had a 30-point first quarter, a little different than from tonight. You guys were hot, the whole first half of that game. And now you were playing, less half-court stuff, more, just trying to run the floor. Do you guys think your offense is kind of like developing and you guys are getting a little more chemistry now, and you can play different styles of offense and feed off of your defense as well, because you guys have been, flying through the passing lanes a bit as well?
Yeah, I would say we're trying to work on being able to read each other, and like if someone's screening down, slip, whatever, like we harp on that every day in practice, 15 minutes working on our 4 outs. So I think we're not where we want to be, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I would say our offense is based solely on like us reading each other. And so, I'm new, Jaden's coming back, all these different pieces are coming together. So it's hard at the beginning of the season. That's for any team. Everybody has new people every year, but I think it's coming together just in the right time. And I think we also we're pushing the ball and doing other things to get offense in case our offense isn't working that we're doing. Or we're just running a bunch of different things and trying to prepare for anything that's coming at us. We've practiced, short clock situations, if we're down 2, different things like that for games to come in case that happens. So we'll be ready.
Anything else, guys?
Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. A lot of positives tonight. This Southern team is athletic. They could score the basketball. They went in and played Indiana tough at Indiana, lost to Wisconsin by 3 on the road. I think they're well coached, make shots, get to the free throw line, but we had 4 people in double figures, another one with 8 and another one with 9, so I really like the balance. Ari Combs had a breakout night tonight. It was really special in the first half, and I thought it was one of the better games in terms of scoring that Mandy Coleman's had. Very efficient in her stat line, 6 for 7 from the floor, 6 for 7 from the line, 4 assists, did a lot of positive things in the open court, and she's developed herself into a nice free throw shooter, and if she could continue to put the ball on the floor, I believe she could be a tough matchup for some people. We improved dramatically at the free throw line. We'd been struggling there. Our players put in a lot of time. We set a lot of time aside in our practice for that, and much better, 27 for 34, almost 80% from there. Wasn't real impressed the way we guarded off of the dribble, and we gave up too many offensive boards. And I think we're going to continue to grow. We had a lot of open threes that we gotta hit to beat the good teams in this league. And Lauren Goodwin set a lot of people up, and we're getting horse shots in the corner. We got to knock those down. But all in all, I thought it was a really good win, good preparation to go play a very good Mississippi State team on the road.
Coach, Southern's athleticism, do you think that's kind of what threw you off there the first 5 or so minutes?
They do some good things. They kind of isolate you and put the ball on the floor, and we knew it was coming, and that's why I said we didn't do a real good job of guarding it. We've got to force the ball back into the traffic, and we let them have dribble lanes down from the elbow to the block, and something we got to get better on. We'll work on that tomorrow. But, yeah, they're athletic. They could put it on the floor. They shot it relatively well early from the 3 and shot it really well from the line, and they're quick to go to the glass.
Somebody started that 16-0 run for you there was Jaden Hobbs had 2 3-pointers. When you have somebody like Jaden and somebody like Maria Castro, both really good at the 3-point line, kind of what goes through your mind whenever who you're going to put in there?
Well, I mean, we got a lot of people that we could put in those positions, and Jaden's 3 for 8, which is I'd take that every night, but I think she'll continue to grow and get better shooting the basketball, and we're getting a lot of open looks at the 3 line, and out of the 20, I don't believe we took a bad shot or a hurried shot at the 3 line, but we've got to shoot the basketball a lot better than that from the 3 line.
You mentioned Jaden Hobbs and her coming back. How's that been having her on the court again? And Mandy and Lauren also mentioned her confidence. Have you seen an improvement in her confidence lately?
I believe she's getting more confident, and that's going to continue to grow in time on that. And she's done a pretty nice job of defending. I kind of equate her at times to Phil Forte here. There were people that were more athletic than Phil, but Phil knew how to take angles, how to give a cushion, and Jaden's pretty good at that too. She's just basketball smart. She knows when to give somebody a step. She knows the right angle to take, and it's just called a high basketball IQ.
And you mentioned Ariana Cohn's career day. What have you seen from her lately on the floor that's kind of impressed you the most?
Well, the two people that have consistently worked the hardest since day one have been Lauren Goodwin and Ari Combs. And when Ari came in here, and she'll tell you this too, she had a little stubborn in her, and she's really evolved as a person. She's matured. She's come to the gym and had a great work ethic. She works extremely hard on the defensive end of the floor. She's explosive, and I think she's playing to her strengths right now. Getting to that little 10-foot jumper, that 12-foot jumper, or driving and getting to the free throw line. So I think she's quietly and quickly evolving into a very nice player for us.
I think with Ari's length, you can have her be somebody who can kind of guard it from a 2 to a 4, possibly somebody who can try to go, be somebody like that for you. You can just plug in.
I don't know if she'll be able to guard a 4 in our league, and everything that we do is in preparation for Big 12 play, but I think she can guard 1 through 3, and she has athleticism to do that. And we have the ability this year, when somebody gets tired, we can pull Lauren Goodwin off of a score and put Ari there, or we could put Braxton Miller there. We have some more options than we did a year ago.
Coach, you talked about running in the open court, and it seemed like after that slow start, the girls really got they were playing team basketball, passing the ball a lot. Some assists were going around. Ari Combs, along with scoring quite a bit, she divvied out some assists. Were you looking for them to really run the floor and beat that press that Southern was implementing, and then looking for them to do the same on the defensive end?
Southern will come back and double you in the backcourt. Whoever's dribbling the ball, they'll send 2 people at them. And for the most part, I think we did a good job of getting somebody right over the trap, hitting them quick and attacking off of it. And you just got to finish at the end of it. But 12 turnovers against that group, I can live with that. I think we're averaging about 11 or 12 a game. And the tempo that we play at, I could live with that turnover number.
And kind of slowed down there in the second half, and you guys have had some games where it's been pretty much only half-court offense, and you had one game where 33-point first quarter, one of the best you guys have had. Do you think that the off-season work, like going to Australia, and the off-season conditioning has, and the games that have led up to this one, have kind of led into them being able to play fast like they did tonight?
Well, Nick Hoheisel is really, really good, our strength coach, and we don't give enough credit there at times, but he does a tremendous job, and we've had a lot of players work hard in the summer and the fall. I believe that Australia was a big plus for us, getting 7 extra practices and 4 extra games, and that allowed us to get some of the new players acclimated to the system. And I think all of those, the more times that you can be on the floor together, it allows you the opportunity to get better. We're playing hard. There's a lot of areas that we can improve in, and we're not even into December yet, and I know there's a lot more growth for this team.
Coach, do you think the rebounding is getting better? You talked to me for this week that you wanted to get better and improve. Do you think it's getting I know it was tied tonight, but I think it's getting up there.
Not really. We get sometimes you guys lead me the path and I give you the wrong answer, don't I? You know? Yeah. I'm not very good at spinning things. We gave up 15 offensive boards to a relatively small team, and we did give up 9 offensive boards to Tennessee, which isn't bad. But our goal is to give up 7 or less each night, and we've got to be fundamental about checking out. There's going to be times that we play people that if it's a 50-50 ball, they're going to out-jump us. So we got to make sure that we're putting a body on somebody. It's got to be technique, and it's got to be a big desire to do it. I've always believed it's one of the most important facets of the game. And when you play good people and you're in tight situations, you can almost always look at that category, and the win's going to go to that team that wins the rebound battle. So we got to continue to get a lot better on that, and our players need to realize that it needs to be a priority.
Now that's others behind you, though. Sunday, you got a big game against Mississippi State. Got a guard you know very well, Monroe Johnson. Just kind of, what do you see from them right now, and what do you kind of do on Sunday?
Well, I mean, they return virtually everyone off of a team that broke UConn's 111-game winning streak and played in the national championship game. Very well coached, very deep. We'll press you for 40 minutes. We'll run various presses. We're going to have a lot of people on top of their game. It's a tough place to play at Starkville, and it's a really good team. I mean, they won 30-some-odd games last year and have the experience of playing in a national championship game and return most of their players. So it's a big challenge. There's a reason they're ranked number 3 in the country, and they're very deserving.
Any other questions, guys?